Alright, let's talk about how to loop the ball after your serve. I'm going to teach you a simplified loop. Think of it as an emergency shot for crucial moments to ensure the ball lands. It's not about power, but you can win points with placement. The first key point: to get the ball on the table, you must not pull your arm back for a big backswing. You push to my full table, and I'll demonstrate the loop for you. This technique is incredibly effective and very consistent. As you can see, I'm imitating an amateur stance, legs mostly straight, not bending down, and my arm isn't dropping low either. The main advantage is that after serving, you can attack the wide angles and win the point with placement. So, the first key is, if you want a consistent loop, do not take a big backswing. A lot of your loops go into the net because you take a big backswing, which makes your timing at contact inconsistent. Keep your backswing close to the ball. The closer you are, the easier it is to get the ball on the table. Watch, the closer I stay to the ball, the more consistent my loop is. For example, if I serve from here and you push to my backhand, even with footwork, a pro wouldn't use a large backswing. So, in a critical moment, to land the loop, first ensure your paddle stays close to your body. Backswings that involve pulling your arm backward, downward, or behind your body are incorrect. In a tight situation where you just need to get the ball on, keep the paddle close to your body. Close to the body, like this. See how stable that is? You can use this placement and rhythm to throw off your opponent. Let me demonstrate. I always loop like this. You only know where the ball is going after you make contact. The head coach of our current provincial men's team loops exactly like this, always staying close to roll the ball. It's not a big swing, his contact is always a quick, compact motion. So, when you need consistency, the first rule is to avoid a large backswing. The second key point is to use your forearm to loop the ball. So, how do we use the forearm in a forehand loop? To prevent the ball from going long, you must not use your upper arm. If you engage the upper arm, get tense, and stiffen up, the racket's trampoline effect increases. Therefore, when looping for consistency, I use a minimal backswing and generate power primarily with my forearm. What does using the upper arm look like? Pushing forward with the upper arm like this, that's too much. If your upper arm lifts, the moment you engage it, the probability of hitting the ball long increases significantly. Since our main goal here is consistency, you must control the use of your upper arm. After a short backswing, once you make contact, your upper arm should only move forward slightly before stopping. You are not pushing or lifting with it. Watch carefully as I demonstrate. This is with no power. Now, I'll add some speed, but with no backswing. See? The quality is already good enough. Why do players miss this shot? They enlarge their motion, losing focus at the contact point. The incoming push is short with a low arc, adding your upper arm will guarantee it goes long. Swinging your upper arm too much, either forward or upward, means you're overusing it. When can you use it? When you're relaxed and want to generate high-quality shots. But at 9 to 9, in a key moment, or in doubles or a company tournament where you just need to get the ball on, you must stabilize your upper arm. Then, use your forearm with a forward motion to loop the ball. Move forward and close your forearm. Drive into the ball. Look at that, the quality is already very high. I could probably make 30 of these and only miss 1 or 2. It's very difficult to miss because the technique is so stable. No backswing, and use your forearm to drive forward into the loop. Remember, looping a push is inherently a slower-paced shot. Most errors happen because you rush it. You rush to the contact point and hurry to complete the motion. Why do we typically miss in matches? First, we panic after the serve and rush the timing. Second, the stroke needs to be completed fully. But you rush and only perform half the motion, leading to an error. Many players hit it like a topspin rally ball. You're used to hitting topspin with a quick slap, so you try the same timing on a backspin ball, which won't work. The backspin ball is slower. If you rush the timing, you won't connect properly. Third point, for consistency, you must fully extend through your stroke. When I want to make the shot, I make sure to lengthen and slow down the motion. Don't rush. You can't be anxious, you must complete the stroke. I see the incoming ball as an opportunity to enjoy the moment, to see where my opponent is and place my loop accordingly. But many beginners are afraid they'll miss, so they execute the shot in a hurry, failing to complete the key actions like lowering their body, rotating their waist, using their hips, or finishing their arm swing. Your entire motion is in a rushed state. After your serve, you should allow the motion to take a little more time to complete. Looping is about the completeness of the motion. Only with a complete motion can you be consistent. You might think only high-level players can do this, but it has nothing to do with level. It's about your mindset. Everyone tells you to use explosive power for your loop, but no one tells you that to be consistent. You must first learn to complete your stroke. You shouldn't focus on explosive power if your fundamentals aren't there. You think only experts can do this because no one has explained it this way before. If you focus on power too early, look at Lou, who has trained with me for over a year. Why can he do it? Because he listens and focuses on correcting his technique based on these concepts. At first, he couldn't complete his stroke either, but now he can maintain the full motion. Even with just 6 months of practice, you can do this. The shot might not have quality, but it develops the right feeling and ball control. So, looping requires you to complete the entire motion to ensure the ball lands. What does completing the motion mean? If you need to bend your knees, bend them. If you need to wait for the ball, wait. If you need to meet the ball in front and close your forearm, do it. Don't be in a hurry. So, the third point for consistency is to finish your entire motion. And this motion requires you to be calm and unhurried. For example, after my serve, see how effective that is? I calmly execute the full loop. This is the key to getting the ball on the table. It's not about rushing to finish the shot in a key moment, or focusing on explosive power or a wrist snap. That's wrong. Explosiveness comes from a proper power stroke. For consistency, your goal is to use your whole body to lift and guide the ball over. You must use the complete motion to accomplish this, as there's no explosive power involved. At the same time, let's share the ultimate key to looping. First, complete your motion fully. Then, to add quality, make that full motion faster. See? Complete the motion. From this foundation, if you want more quality, just make the motion faster. On top of a complete motion, just add speed. Did you see me use brute force? The problem many players have is they can hit soft, consistent loops. But the moment they try to add power, their body tenses up, they use all their strength, and they're much more likely to miss. Watch, I'm relaxed and slow. Now, I'm relaxed and faster. The quality of that ball can be a winner. Here's another crucial point: every loop should always move forward first, then upward. It's not upward, then forward. When you get tense in a match, you lift up too much, and the ball goes straight into the net. The most important thing is to secure the forward motion. While moving forward, you gradually add upward lift, like climbing stairs. It's forward up, not up forward. Most players go up, then try to go forward. But once you go up, you lose all your forward momentum. It's just like when I teach you about brushing the ball, I tell you to wrap around the ball and drive through it. But when you see backspin, your first instinct is, it's spinning, I have to lift it up. After you lift, you can no longer go forward. You must drive forward into the ball first. Once you've made that solid, forward contact, the upward part of your stroke will create the arc to clear the net. If you don't make solid contact, it's like your rubber is slipping on the ball. Your ball hits the net not because you went too far forward, but because you didn't brush it with enough forward momentum. Just because you can lift the ball over the net doesn't mean your brushing technique is good. It just means you muscled the ball up. That's why a player like that can't loop half-long balls. For example, Hygo lifts with his upper arm, so he can't loop a half-long ball. Without the opponent's pace, he just lifts, and the ball doesn't go over. When I asked him what's toughest against amateurs, he said, slow balls. Always remember the force sequence: forward, then up. Don't go up first, or you'll lose your ability to go forward. This is very important. If your brushing is weak, practice it. To sum up, one part is the short serve method. The other part is the 3 keys for a consistent loop: no big backswing, use your forearm, and complete the motion. Finally, we covered 2 more key points for looping: focus on acceleration, not brute force. And always remember the direction of your swing is forward then up, never up then forward. Once you go up, you can't go forward. The motion doesn't just stop halfway, it's a single, complete action that must be finished. So, always make solid forward contact first, then adjust. If there's no spin, I go more forward. If there's heavy spin, I go forward and then add a bit more lift.